All right, what's up, guys? Shannon Fox. Thanks for tuning in with me today on Foxy TV. I have you guys, this incredible person next to me, beauty warrior, global award-winning, top makeup artist, might I add.
Aw, thank you.
Fierce himself, the one and only Adamme.
Oh, thank you so much. That sounds like you, my friend. You are giving me beauty. You walked in here and I was like, you are so stunning. You really are, Shannon. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
That's why I was like, have you ever done makeup? We're like, yeah, we did some makeup.
That was a long time ago, back in the day.
And we had spoken about, my beauty warrior movement. And
So excited to hear about that today, by the way.
I wanted to tell you a little bit about, I'm sorry, can I grab that? Thank you. So beauty warrior, it really just, it came to me because, we're in this industry of beauty and fashion and entertainment. And we're all looking for beauty, inner and external beauty. But sometimes, there are those difficult moments where you don't get the gig, or if you're not small enough, or you're too big, or you're not light, or you're too dark, or there's always some kind of obstacle or circumstance that might come up in the industry. And so I think that we're warriors, we're all warriors fighting for that beauty. So that was really where I kind of came up with the idea. And last year I had the unique opportunity to work with some really amazing friends, or actually they've become really good friends of mine. But we'd all met. They're they're on social media. They're referred to as social media influencers. It's a really weird, yeah.
Shout out to the influencers.
Yeah, shout out to the influencers who you'll get to meet, a little bit. Kevin Wade is one of my really good friends, and Ashton, and there's about 8 of these amazing friends of mine that I pulled together. And we did this fun presentation at the Fame Expo, which is the professional hair and makeup artist exposition. Happens in June. And I'm the beauty ambassador for the show. And I wanted to use my position as an ambassador of this huge event in a way that was not just for me. I know this is going to sound... I'm not gonna start preaching, but okay, I can get down. At my church, we always say we can do more together than we can do apart. And so I just thought to myself, we're all in this industry trying to book our gigs and get a music video or do a TV show, whether you're a makeup artist or the talent or the crew. And when you come together with good people who all have the same vision, it's like we can help each other out. And so that was what this whole presentation was about. And so I had the opportunity to share that with an audience. And so Kevin Wade, who's here today, and Ashton were both part of this beauty warrior movement. And we were on stage, and they got to send a 30-second, or it was about a 60-second soundbite of an inspirational message. What could you say that would inspire somebody out there who's aspiring to be a model or a makeup artist or a talent? And each one of them said something that was so unique and inspiring, and it inspires me to inspire. And so, I am really excited because I have a TV show idea. We live in the world of reality TV has taken over the sitcom, hasn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Dominated.
Right? You're like, are there any sitcoms anymore? All I do is watch reality TV shows all dang day. But I was on one in 2010 called Dance Your Ass Off, and I lost 115 pounds on a reality TV show. Wow. I was gigging, honey. I was dancing my ass off.
You was getting it. Oh.
But I got hungry afterwards, and I done gained that weight back. No, wait. No, and so that's Kevin. Holler to Kevin. And I do believe that we should find a happy medium. So, I am excited to be writing a show right now with producers. Last year I was on the Global Beauty Masters when I won that global trophy. Yeah. Last year I was on a reality TV show called Global Beauty Masters. Shout out to Global Beauty Masters. We were on the Discovery Channel last year, and we're really excited. We were brought back for season 2, and I can finally announce it will be airing on the TLC network. So we just thank you so much. And this season I was brought back as a judge. So I'm a judge on the TV show, which is really exciting. Again, I feel like TV somehow pulls me in, so I'm thinking to myself, I want to recreate something that's special and unique and inspiring and fun. Yeah. And so I can't wait. I can't tell you everything just yet because
some stuff is top secret for now. I get it.
But I do know that Beauty Warrior is something that I'm really excited about making a phrase that many people could use because I think so many people can identify with that. Yeah. Could you?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And I love the concept. So when you were first coming up with the concept, like what were some things that stood out to you to be like, okay, this is it, Beauty Warrior, I got it. Like when did the light bulb kind of come on for you that that's what you wanted to do?
Thank you. That's a good question. Okay, so we're going to go in.
Let's go.
Ready? I obviously am not your traditional looking man. I wear makeup. I love industry. Some of my idols or people that I admired and looked up to were people like Michael Jackson, who wore makeup, Prince, who wore guy liner, Little Richard, guy liner. It was, you got to wear that guy liner. And so these are men who wore makeup. And being Latino from Fresno, California in the 90s didn't fit in so much. The homies were like, yo, bro, what's up? And I was like, it's about that liner, bro. No.
You about that liner life.
And so what I experienced a lot of, just bullying and people not really accepting me for who I was. And I remember thinking to myself, you got to be a warrior. You got to just fight through it. My mom, we're Native American Indian as well. So warrior, kind of the Mohawk, we got the last of the Mohicans got to go on there. I'm Apache, by the way, Apache Indian. But that was really where it kind of stemmed from, was that warrior kind of feel, and being that we're in the beauty industry. So Beauty Warrior, it was one day I just woke up, I was like, this is it. We got to do it. So that's really where it stemmed from.
Awesome. I love that. And I just love your energy, and you definitely give off warrior. So watch out, you guys. Top warrior right here.
I want to do a warrior workout. Watch out. We're going to be dancing and gigging. I can't wait. I envision, for the future, having going back to what started me in TV, which was that dance reality TV show where I was able to dance and lose weight, and it was so inspiring. So I want to kind of fuse that into this next project that I'm writing. So there'll be a little bit of that, but it'll be fashion and makeup and fitness, and because it all kind of goes together.
Yeah, everything we love.
Speaking of
everything in the industry,
right here looks amazing. I was like, please tell me you don't just you don't eat no food. No,
I eat.
Do you get down? Okay.
Yeah, I'm one of those.
How was Thanksgiving?
It was good. Okay. I'm already wanting leftovers, but that's another story.
Well, I am so happy though. It's just one thing after the next.
So I was gonna say, okay, so makeup. So when did you realize makeup is where it's at for you? When did you finally realize, okay, this is what I want to do?
That's a really good question. What got me into the makeup artist industry was my mom was one of the biggest inspirations. She's a hairstylist from the 1960s. And then I was introduced to the performing arts in Performing Arts High School. And I learned how to do hair and makeup to be on stage and portray these different characters. And it was so empowering to sit on stage or to stand on stage and to feel like I was a different character. I'm so fortunate and lucky that after that I got my first job right out of high school working at a beauty, it was a makeover glamour shots kind of place. Do you remember those kind of places? Yeah, in the mall. Yeah. And from that I ended up just working the cosmetic industry at a retail level, and eventually moved to LA to do it on stage and on set. And I always say if I'm not performing on stage, I'm backstage doing makeup.
I love that. So you've been going for a very long time, because you've been in the industry, so what, 20 years or so?
It's been 20 years. Don't ask my age.
And I thought you was 21.
I know. Look, I started when I was 1 year old. Look.
You was on that guy liner out the womb, huh? I know.
It's weird to be able to say that, but yeah, 20 years. Can you believe it's been 20 years? 20. It's a blessing, and I love it. And there have been there have been highs and lows. There have been highs and lows, but it's not about just the eyeliner for me or the eyeshadow. It's the interaction. People don't realize that when you're sitting in the chair, I'm one of the only people that will meet a complete stranger and be able to be this close to them.
That's true.
They let me touch them. I'm in their personal space. The only other person other than a makeup artist that can get that close to somebody's face is a doctor or a nurse. other than that, the very first time meeting somebody, you're probably not going to be for 1 hour, like for about 45 minutes to 1 hour, all up in somebody's face. And what happens during that time is counseling and friendship and so many cool communication things that happen. So it really is more than just blush and lipstick. And that's what I love about it.
So, like, with that being said, so being in the industry for so long, for 20 years, what kind of changes? Like, how is it different now from what it was when you first started back then?
So you asked me, what is the biggest difference from when I first started to now? And I would have to say, I feel like there's not a huge difference. I feel like there are different things that we refer to that are very similar to the original teachings that I learned, especially highlight and contour, which I learned in the early 90s. Here we are in 2015, and I will see someone post something on social media that says, have you seen the new highlighting and contour technique? And it cracks me up because we've been using highlight and contour for black and white film for years. I mean, that was the whole point. Highlight and contour was so important. In black and white film, you couldn't really see features. So they had to really darken and sculpt the face and highlight it so it could read on black and white film. But what I do appreciate about the newness is the new generation of makeup artists who have their own approach to makeup. I'm constantly learning, not just from other makeup artists, but from my colleagues, from my friends, from my students. And one of the big things that I noticed is consumer products are made and formulated with healthy ingredients. And that used to never be. You didn't hear about like jojoba oils and maracuja, something from some island, some clay from the volcano. Like, they're really going in with some marketing. But I think that because we've gone so green in our world today, it's such a buzzword to hear that a product is not only pretty on the skin, but is going to be healthy for your skin. So that's kind of where I see it. But I'm excited to see how we continue to evolve. And, another a big one is, we used to use brow powder for everything. Brow pencils have made their way back.
Brow gel?
Who?
Like a brow gel?
Oh, thank you. Yes. Brow gel. No. Oh, yeah, Callie Baker. We'll talk about Callie. Callie Baker, yes. Okay. Callie Baker's brow pomade is amazing. You got to check it out. There.
Okay, so you talked about students. So I know you do like teaching and workshops and classes and stuff. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So thank you so much. I'm really excited to be teaching some makeup master workshops. And it's a great way for me to interact with different groups, salons, makeup academies, beauty colleges. And if you're interested, please make sure that you go to AdammeArtistry.com. I try to make it very affordable so that I can get as many students into my classes as possible. But I speak about tips and tricks, not only on makeup, but what it's like to have a career that's long and making those connections that are not just short-lived, but long-lived. I think we live in a microwave society. And today, the younger generation, they want immediate gratification. And it's unfortunate.
That's so true.
Right? Who wants to put work in, right? And I still do stuff for free. Like, I'm in my career for 20 years. I'm in my career for 20 years. And I will, if it's something I'm passionate about and it's something meaningful to me, I will, for example, go out and do a video shoot, or even, for example, charity work. St. Baldrick's is a children's cancer organization, and they asked me to go out and do some fun face painting. Can I tell you that one of my very favorite moments ever being a makeup artist was being able to just do a little tiger line on this little kid who had like all these chemo tubes hooked up to her, and she was so happy. Like,
that probably made her day.
Oh my God, that was all it took. And that was it was life-changing. And believe it or not, we're friends now, and she made it. So shout out to you, little Jessica, if you watch this.
You got to go paint her face again.
Yes, absolutely. So, but yeah, that's kind of, did I answer your question?
Yeah. I love you, Adamme.
Thank you so much, Shannon. Forgive me. I tend to ramble.
Okay, so talk a little bit about your style, because you have a very just fierce style. I love it. From head to toe. So you have to talk about like your style and like how you came about.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that because some of my best friends like to call me the Cher of the group. And I said, why do you guys call me the Cher? They're like, you know how Cher's always in like the press and the media, but it's not because of she's on the best dress list. It's because she's on the worst dress list. I'm like, excuse you.
She's in the media though.
I'm like, but you still talking about Cher, aren't you? No. You know, for a long time, it took me a long time to really settle into my skin and find a look that made me feel comfortable and confident.
Beauty warrior.
Yeah, that's that beauty warrior movement. You know, I worked for MAC for a long time. And at MAC, it was very common for us to every weekend do what was called a theme day. So we would dress up in hair and makeup for the theme on a Saturday and really push the colors of the new color launch that was out. And it was so much fun. It was like I got to play dress up all the time at Macy's or Nordstrom. Here I am at some high-end like department store dressed up like some crazy drag queen. And I was inspired by it. It made me feel, again, it was that moment like when I was on stage, I felt more confident. Have you ever put your makeup on and you're just like, okay.
Yes. Then you know that Beyonce comes out a little bit. Just a little bit, though.
Exactly. And so I remember thinking to myself, after I left working at a retail level, I really don't have to do this anymore. I don't need to be on set. It's about the artist that I'm painting or I'm going to be doing. But for me, it's become a little bit of my signature. And so that was the makeup. The hair came, I used to have very long, straight hair all the way down.
We're going to have to get a picture of that.
Yeah,
I'll put a little picture in this interview.
Put a picture in there. I'll send you a picture. And so for many years, I was the guy with long hair. And everyone just referred, oh, that makeup artist with the long hair. Well, what happens when you cut all that hair off? I was like, I ain't nobody no more.
You got to still stand out in some kind of way.
Exactly. And so I had just a traditional fade, and then I completely shaved my head bald. And then I started getting into this mohawk thing. I'm like, I'm about that.
You about the mohawk life.
I liked it. And it was so much fun. And now it was when I would be at my beauty conventions or my shows, oh, that guy with the mohawk? Are you talking about the one with the mohawk? And I was like,
well, that's smart, though.
My name is Adamme. But yes, I can be the guy with the mohawk. And I think that it's important to, and I teach this to my students, it's important to find, and you don't have to walk around with lashes and mohawks and crazy bells and whistles. That's me. I like that. You know, I'm like Liberace meets, I don't know, Little Richard / Apache Indian. I don't know.
That is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Like a little bit. But it's me, and I can. No one. It's just I like it. You know, I have a little bit of bling, and then I'll put a little. I got the bandana pants on, but I got some Nike or Adidas. Wait, which one? Shoes. But it's about. I think style is individuality. That's what style comes from. If you ever look at any of these fashion designers, and I've seen a lot of them, they look funky. Sometimes they're not as polished as the pieces that are walking down the runway. They usually have some kind of crazy, and so it's not that I'm trying to be anything. I'm just trying to be myself. And this is kind of the best way I express myself.
And I love that saying, do you, boo. Do you.
Oh, yes. Do you, boo. Do you, boo. Give me some right there. Yes. You know, I have to tell you because my friends give me so much shit about it. Well, I won't say, okay, sorry. Bleep, bleep. My friends give me so much crap. They're like, okay, maybe we should clean up your look a little bit. And I was like, finally, I am being recognized as an artist that's to be taken serious in my own look. So do you, boo.
Yes, own that.
Beauty warrior, baby.
I love it. Foxy TV loves it.